Hey guys, it's been a long, sweaty day here in Texas in the shop. But I made a bunch of progress on the Ban-Ditz 400 project. I've got it completely stripped down to the frame and hung a little bit of bodywork on it. Just taped it up to kind of see what things look like. And I thought I would do a little bit of voiceover and give you a tour of where I'm going. But first, I would just want to say thanks to those of you who have watched the videos, who like them, and maybe subscribe to the GenXgearhead channel. So let's go on a little tour. One thing that makes this motorcycle really cool, of course, is the frame design. That tubular frame style is so clean. The line going from the steering head down to the swing arm pivot is so perfect to me. Once she's all stripped down, you see how absolutely simple it is, using the engine as a stressed member, obviously. That engine also, the signature inline 4 with 14,000 RPM redline, little 400cc bike, should make about 70 horsepower, hopefully, once she's all said and done. But what a neat, tight, cool little package this motorcycle is. It blows me away how much room there is inside the chassis. I could imagine squeezing a Kawasaki triple or something like that into it for another project. But for now, we're going to put the good engine from the second bike into this chassis. But I've been imagining what I can do with this thing. Those handlebars that are on there are just there to push the bike around. We're going to be going full track day with this bike. And I really hope that I can create something cool, something different, something unique and fun to ride on the racetrack that isn't a cookie cutter. It's so neat to ride a simple, lightweight, fun motorcycle, and this 1993 Ban-Ditz is going to turn into something really cool. So let's explore some ideas. I want to show you some concepts of where I'm going with this thing, and formal introduction to my dog, Sammy. Say hi, Sammy. Hi. That's all you get. All right, let's move on. Now, I think the Suzuki Ban-Ditz was one of the most beautifully designed motorcycles of that era. It's just got a really striking design, nice and clean and light and tight, so perfect for a beginner bike. I ended up picking up both the motorcycles. The one on the left there has a decent engine with about 150 psi compression all the way across. And of course, this is the one that I'm using as my chassis. So I'll be stealing parts from one bike to make a complete bike. My original inspiration was along the lines of something like this, or something like this. Kind of got that Barry Sheen vibe, but I really fell in love with this. This Suzuki won the Suzuka 8-hour race, and that iconic yellow and red seat, gosh, I just love it. So I asked Gemini to help me start designing this thing. 93 is my old race number, so forgive me that. Anyway, it looks pretty cool. Throwing the rolling chassis up on my bench and just sitting there staring at it, I slapped on a little bit of bodywork I had sitting around. So I'll let you guess what that front fairing is, but that tail section is off of a Husqvarna 701 Vitpillen track bike I had. So Gemini eliminated some of the clutter for me, gave me that base yellow color, and of course added that cool red seat. In the next iterations, I got rid of some of that subframe to make it a little bit simpler. Gemini squeezed down the tail section a little too tight. So let's add a Yamaha tail section on there and see what that looks like. And of course, some groovy striping, man. I was wondering what I was going to do with the subframe. Gemini came up with something that looks more like a structure from a bridge than it does a motorcycle subframe. That's pretty burly. I don't think I'm going to be going that heavy duty, but it's kind of cool to look at where it might go. Back to reality in the shop, however. With the bike up on the bench, I can sit and contemplate all I want, but I got to start cutting some metal, coming up with a pragmatic rear subframe. I also need to rescue the decent motor out of this. It's got 30,000 miles on it, so I definitely need to check it out. Adjust the valves, take a look at as much as I can on this thing before I slot it up into the bike. Meanwhile, there's the dream. All right, time to start cutting. Catch you guys later.